Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to oneminutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about unforced errors and how you can eliminate unforced errors by watching the ball. But most people watching this video don't watch the ball. They look at the ball, but they don't watch the ball. I want to explain the difference between watching the ball and looking at the ball, and then how you can watch the ball correctly to reduce unforced errors dramatically. Now, what do I mean by watching the ball or looking at the ball? I mean, surely, if you're looking at the ball, you're watching the ball. But let's have a look at what happens in the process of watching and observing an object. You see, the eyes are only a part of the process of watching the ball. The eyes provide the tools for the brain to observe the object. But if the brain is somewhere else, then you're just looking at the ball. Let me give you an example. You're reading a book, it's fascinating, and somebody speaks to you and you don't really hear what they say. Or you're reading a book, you're tired, it's boring, and suddenly you realize that you're just looking at the page. In both instances, you're looking at the book, but only one of them is useful. You see, computers have been able to look at things for many, many years, but they couldn't identify what they were looking at. Only now, with advanced artificial intelligence, have they been able to take that looking and turn it into watching, identifying, and processing. So we need to watch the ball instead of look at it. And that means we have to watch with the mind as well as the eyes. But there's a problem, because if we want to advance and develop the technique of our strokes, then we have to be concentrating on making some certain changes within the technique of the strokes. So I might be concentrating on supinating or pronating or following through or hitting the ball in front. But if that's the part that I'm concentrating on, then the brain is concentrating on that aspect of the stroke, and the eyes are looking at the ball and the brain is absent. And suddenly we have a plethora of unforced errors. Now, when we first change the technique, this is inevitable that you're going to get mistakes. But after not many repetitions at all, then the movements should become a habit. But we still need to check that we're making the right shape if we're altering or adapting a technique. So what most people do, what you will be doing watching this video, is that as the ball's approaching, let's say we're going to think about hitting the ball in front. I want a ball a long way in front. So I take the racket back and I'm thinking, now in front. And my mind was focused on in front, my eyes were looking at the ball, and I'm very likely to have a lot of errors. But let's change that process. The same situation, I want to hit the ball in front. I want to change my technique to hit the ball further in front. But now I'm going to ask myself, after I've hit the ball, did I hit the ball in front? So now I'm watching the ball. Yep, I hit the ball in front. Now I'm watching the ball. And I check afterwards, no, that was a little bit late. So instead of telling myself during the process of hitting the ball that I need to hit the ball in front or pronate or whatever technique you're working on, ask yourself immediately after the stroke whether you've applied that part of the technique to the shot that you've just made. By asking afterwards, then your brain will be engaged during the process of looking at the ball. You won't be looking at the ball, you'll be watching the ball. And when you're watching the ball, the timing is way better, the errors go down, and you'll play better tennis. I hope this makes sense. Love to know how it works in your game or the players that you work with. And if you want more help with your game, have a look at our latest book, The 1 Minute Tennis Service Solution. It's a unique blend of biomechanical information and super simple solutions. Or if you need more personal advice, have a look at what we can do with online coaching. I'm helping players of all ages, all levels, and all over the world in over 25 countries with a unique blend of video analysis and one-to-one advice. So remember, don't look at the ball, watch the ball. Use your brain and your eyes together. Don't be like the dumb computers of the past. Be like the super artificial intelligence computers of today. Watch the ball with the brain and the eyes, and you'll have less errors and play better tennis today. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.